Close your eyes. I know this is gonna sound weird, but I want you to imagine that you're a fly. You're a fly zipping through the air. It's sunny, beautiful out, and you find a new neighborhood to explore. This neighborhood is called the American Dream. You're like, wow, let me fly into one of these homes. You fly into the home and see a family. Let's call this family the Liberty family. And they're living the American dream. Picture yourself in their home. You see the dad wake up, greet his wife who's downstairs making breakfast with the kids, and the dad goes and gets the mail, greets his neighbor greets him back, talks about his new car and how happy he's gonna be when he drives it around the neighborhood. I want you to picture this neighborhood. Go on, look around. Now open your eyes. Were any of those people in that neighborhood black? Didn't think so.
What do we want?
I remember the first day when I realized what being black in America meant. Growing up, I used to move back and forth from Staten Island and Brooklyn. Being a kid in Brooklyn, everything felt amazing. It was like a melting pot. People of different colors, people that looked like me, people that didn't. There was always cookouts. Somebody was always barbecuing. It was like a beautiful, big family. And it just felt like a place where I belonged. Now this specific year, my mom moved to the burbs, Staten Island. Mind you, Staten Island was basically home for me before. It's just this was a whole different part of Staten Island. Staten Island's broken up into different sections, and the closer to Manhattan you are, the more diverse it is. I wouldn't say that it felt like the city, but it definitely felt diverse. Now this other part of Staten Island, not so much. I remember arriving in my new neighborhood. I look around and I'm like, what the am I the only black person up in here? It didn't faze me. It was just something that I noticed and I was just like, whoa. I had like the complete opposite before. At the end of the day, it didn't really matter to me because I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make friends anyway. And that's exactly what I did. So let me tell you about one of my friends, yeah? We'll call him Paul. The great thing about this neighborhood for me was there was so many kids, but Paul was my homie. Paul and I would just hang out all the time. One day, Paul was like, yo, you wanna come over? And I was like, yeah, cause Paul had GameCube. Like, I was trying to play monkey ball. I get to his place and, you know, his place probably looks like the American dream you pictured, right? Big TV, family pictures everywhere, huge red, white, and blue flag on the wall. And I remember walking through the doors like, yo, that American flag looked different. Like, y'all remixed the American flag? These people different, like what? Anyways, I have a great day with Paul. It wasn't until the next day, I'm sitting in my room and I hear everybody outside and I'm like, yo, like Paul didn't ring my doorbell because he was always the first one to be like, Krystal, come outside, you know? I was like, why didn't Paul ring my doorbell? All right, whatever. I'll go outside anyway because, you know, the whole squad's out there. Of course, I gotta show out. And I noticed that Paul is avoiding me like the plague. He's really avoiding me, and I'm like, what is going on? Like, if I look his way, he'll turn the other way. If I say hi, he'll act like he didn't hear me. So I pulled him aside, and I'm like, yo, bro, what's up? Why are you acting weird? He tells me like, I'm not acting weird. And I'm like, yeah, you are, Paul. Like, just let me know what's up. And he's like, my mom said not to talk to you. And I'm like, what do you mean? I just saw your mom yesterday and she was so nice to me. Why would she say that? And he goes, cause you're a nigger. What? I didn't even know what to think because like I didn't even know what that was. I went back to my house and crying, and I went and told my mom because she's like, Krystal, why are you crying? And I was like, Paul just called me a nigger. My mom is like typical hardcore Brooklyn mom that doesn't take any shit. So she was so mad. My mom told me what that word meant. Now let's just say my mom spoke to his mom and it got sorted out. Never hung out with Paul again. And you know that American flag they remixed? Yeah, that was a Confederate flag. Damn, these people different. Now fast forward about 15 years later. Krystal's out here in college, working, interning, being a total weapon. Okay, maybe not really. Anyways, I was at a different stage of my life. I fully know what racism is at this point because I live with a permanent reminder on why I would never fit into the American dream. I was working at the Home Depot for about 2 years, and in those 2 years, I've seen some stuff. I've seen my lesbian manager get beaten up with a wooden plank because some angry old white customer was upset that he didn't get a discount. I've seen customers get harassed in my store because they chose to speak Spanish in an American store. I've been called every name in the book at this point, and it all got pushed under the rug in the name of good customer service.
That's the power of the Home Depot.
Eventually, I was like, fuck this job. No worker that worked there cared about that damn place because the customer got away with everything. That guy that left my female coworker bloody on the floor still got his discount. He left uncuffed and rewarded. The thing is, I wasn't even surprised. During this time, instead of calling me monkey or a nick, the new cool thing to say was, that's why Trump's gonna make America great again. People were letting that one fly, boy, because the thing is, it could be used as a racist remark, but also be politically correct. What am I gonna do, huh? I'm gonna call my boss and be like, Karen just told me everything's gonna be okay because Trump is going to make America great again right after I refused her return on used batteries. Is that what's gonna happen? Is that what I'm gonna do? No. It wasn't just the customers either. I had coworkers coming through with their Trump merch on, and there was heated debates in the cafeteria, and I knew the vibes, so I matched it. I bought a white hat, thought of a cute slogan to counter Trump's slogan, America was never great, customized it, and wore it to work the next day. I came through with a direct response to anyone that wanted it. And I didn't have to say a damn thing. Funny enough, that day went smooth as ever. People stared, but no one said a word. I wake up in the morning, my phone is buzzing like crazy. I'm thinking someone died or something. I look at my phone and it's like all my friends, look at Facebook, oh my God, look at Facebook right now. I open Facebook, I see a picture of me at work with my hat. And it was like some secret snapshot. Whoever took the photo got this photo to go around all the racist groups on Facebook, all the conservative groups, super conservative groups. I became a viral sensation in the racist world. People were making memes of my face on a toad, on an ape, me being hanged. I was just like, what? I opened up my messages filled with hate mail. We're gonna kill you. I can't wait to find you in the streets. I was just like, what? Wait. New York City has a KKK? Like people from all around America, especially the South. So many people from the South just writing me on how they're gonna put a bullet through my head. And I'm just like, y'all are too mad over this hat. Like, this is over the hat? My favorite one was, go back to your third world country, Africa. They love that one. Anyways, I was like, it's finals week. I don't have time to be reading these comments. So I turned my phone notifications off. I go to school. Everyone at school is talking about it. They're like, do you know what's happening? Do you know? And I'm like, yeah. And throughout the day, it just keeps getting more and more and more people talking about it. I'm like, all right. I'm thinking like it's just little Staten Island news, like no big deal. I knew this guy that worked at the Staten Island Advance, Staten Island's news source. And he was like, can I interview you? I was like, yeah, I want the interview, because everyone was ripping me to shreds on Facebook. I had no support. Hundreds of messages ripping me. Everyone saying how stupid I am, how I don't know how free America is, blah, blah, blah. I felt like I had to speak. Also, the only black people that the news was showing on TV were the messiest, weirdest black people I ever seen in my life. Like, and then they would turn them into a meme. Like, they were looking for the Antoine Dodsons, the if we can't go to Bella Noche's, then where the hell could we go type people. And don't get me wrong, being messy, being loud, like that's all fun. Like, that's all fun and games. But I feel like these news outlets were digging to find who is the worst representation of a black person that we could put in front of this camera and have them as the voice of the black people and have my community look dumb as hell. I was like, nah, nope. I want to get in front of that camera right now, and I'm gonna speak for my people. I'm gonna let everyone know that they're not messing with an uneducated black woman, and I have an answer for every question that they're gonna throw at me. Try it. I did the interview. I get home to finish my essay, and then I get a call from Home Depot. And this is when I knew it was real, right? At my store, the manager never calls. If something went wrong, your coworker, like your sales assistant, will call, maybe your supervisor. If you're about to get fired, supervisor, maybe the assistant manager. But the manager, no, never calls. And the person on the phone wasn't even the store manager. This was the district manager. He's like, Krystal, don't come to work. Did you see the news? Oh man. This is when I turned my phone notifications back on, and my phone is flooded with notifications. But I opened up Twitter and I saw that I was the #1 trend in America. I remember looking at my phone and seeing Kanye under my name. Kanye and Kim Kardashian under my name, and I was like, what is going on? I had all these famous activists writing me and calling me. I had Sean King messaging me, Jessica Lay writing about me, missed calls from every major news outlet. My sister comes running up the stairs to my room and just looks at me. She didn't have to say nothing. Like, I already knew. Then I hear my dad yell from downstairs, Krystal, what's on the TV? The following days, I stayed home as much as possible. The only time I was going out was when I had to go to school. The problem was, people were telling the racist people that were trying to hunt me down where my locations were. There was a whole article in a conservative newspaper saying where I worked, where I interned, what school I go to. I remember looking at that article like, what are y'all doing? Luckily, no one knew my class schedule like that, so I stopped going to my school clubs and my internship and work, so I just stayed at home. A sad thing that happened was I lost loads of friends, and it just sucked because like they would smile in my face, but then I would look on Facebook and see all the horrible things that they were writing about me, and what they forgot was Facebook is a public platform. I see it. You thought I wasn't gonna find out? Or somebody would come up to me and be like, so-and-so said this about you. And I was just hurt because like, I cared, and I cared and loved some of these people, and I thought it was like the same. I thought they felt the same thing about me, but in reality, I'm just another black face. I can't even tell you how much that hurt. Like, I can't even tell you. As the article started to grow, my support started to grow as well. And it was like, for the first time, I started seeing people on my side, and it felt so good. Oh my goodness. There was staff at my school that was just like pulling for me. And it was usually like the queer staff or the people of color. A lot of the other staff hated me, but there were so many people that were just on my side. There was this group called Staten Island Against Racism and Police Brutality, and they helped me throughout that whole thing. That group was made up of every race: black people, white people, Asian people, men, women, queer, straight. It was such a diverse, beautiful group that all formed together and just took me in as like their family and lifted me up when I felt down, and it was just so beautiful. My friends supported me so much. I had this one friend who made this like a thing. So basically, they were like racists that were like threatening my life and stuff, or like saying things that were really horrible. And I don't know how my friends were able to do this, but they were able to go through the comments, track who these people were, even if they were like spam accounts, like fake accounts, find out exactly who they were and where they worked, screenshot what they sent, and get them fired. Like, I was like, how are y'all even doing that? How'd you find out who this person was? Like, it blew my mind, and they were so good at it. Oh man, it was just amazing. Like, my friends were really there for me. But it did get really intense, and I had to take off my social media because people were just going too far. People were really trying to get under my skin in the worst ways. And I remember Mother's Day just passed, and I lost my mom, so that was still like pretty new to me. I made like a nice post about my mom and how much she meant to me and stuff, and I put it on Facebook, and it was public, so the racist people saw it, and that was like their way of they used the opportunity to poke fun at it, and basically they just they said like really horrible things about someone that's dead. The things that were said on that post was pretty evil. And that's when I knew like I couldn't be on social media anymore. For the first time, social media was really hurting me. Stuff like that could really mess up a person, and I was just keeping myself safe. I started to get a little bit paranoid of where I could go and like if I'm being tracked, and I had to turn off my phone because I was tired of seeing like all these numbers that I didn't know that were calling me, and like the news. I was sick of seeing the news, and I just wanted to be by myself. Like, I didn't know if I wanted to be with friends or be by myself, but I just didn't want this to happen anymore. I was happy that my message was getting out, but like it became so draining and so stressful and so annoying, and I didn't know what was gonna happen. I wasn't even scared for my life. It was just me just being stressed. These people were old enough to be my grandfather, my father. These are the same people that would go into Home Depot and cry about like not getting a return on something that was like $6. And here they are threatening someone's life. My friends at Home Depot started to call me and tell me about how bad things were getting at the store. Everyone was just calling the phone to try to figure out where I was at. They had to like stop answering at one point because it was just getting ridiculous. People were coming to the store and harassing my black coworkers because they thought they were me, even though like my coworkers didn't even look like me. Even my Puerto Rican coworkers were getting harassed. Like I had a coworker that looked more like J-Lo than me, and they thought that she was me. And then I also had a coworker who was over 65 and they thought that she was me. I was just like, alright, y'all are just coming for every person of color right now, because like, come on. The story started to grow even more, and I was in news outlets in Europe, Australia, South America, you name it. I had a friend in Australia and a friend in France that wrote me and was like, Krystal, why are you in my newspaper? Like, why are you in my news? Even my friends in London, every time this story circulates again, I get someone in London that's like, wait, Krystal, is that you? What? With all this press growing, people started to spread fake news. A lot of influencers that were like pretty famous had GoFundMe accounts saying that it was for me. I'm sorry if you ever paid anything to those GoFundMe accounts, because I never ever created a GoFundMe account and nothing ever came to me because I never created one. There were a lot of fake accounts about Home Depot supporting me. It was mainly a troll account. You guys just got trolled, but that was false as well. But nothing beats the guy that stole my identity. At this point, everybody wanted a hat, so I made a hat store and started selling them and giving them to my supporters and stuff. Then there was this guy in Atlanta who made like this Etsy and eBay and even his own other online store claiming to be me. He made a whole Instagram page called Krystal Lake and another Instagram called America Was Never Great. So he basically directed everyone from like the fake Krystal Lake page to go to the fake America Was Never Great page and stole all these pictures from me wearing my hat and also my old customers that I gave hats to and started posting it on this page. And he even snuck his way into a paper mag interview where he just told the world to go to the America Was Never Great store. Is Krystal Lake approved? And it was so scary because my name was attached to this now. When people weren't getting their orders or when they got a hat that looked very bad, it was attached to me, and I'm just like, nope. That really sucked, and he really scammed a lot of people. The only hats that were legit were the ones that I sold on my website. So I'm sorry if you fell into that trap. If you're ever curious on where the actual hats are, it is on my website, cutbykrystal.com. The next cap that I was going to be wearing was my graduation cap. My school knew they had to protect me because they kept getting angry white mobs showing up to my campus. So campus police was told to guard me. Now, I worked in my school's radio station, and though I wasn't at the radio station at this time because I was at home, my friends that worked at the radio station were there. A lot of the campus security guards go there to hang out, to get away from the kids, and plus the radio station has computers. Now, one of these campus security guards left a group chat opened that contained other campus security guards in it. And in this group chat was a lot of racist remarks about me and basically how they really don't care about what happens during graduation and they really don't feel like protecting me. One of the officers even had the nerve to write on a student's Facebook page saying crazy things like, well, you should go back to your shit third world country. That was campus police. Right off the bat, I'm like, no, I need better security. NYPD was hired to be my new security. NYPD has a history of how bad they treat black people. And yes, I know there's good cops. I'm not saying that all of NYPD is trash. But what I am saying is there are a lot of bad cops. So I didn't trust NYPD either. Fortunately enough for me, Staten Island Against Racism and Police Brutality, Black Lives Matter, and NAACP reached out to me to protect me. I was pretty scared during graduation, especially when they called my name, but all in all, graduation ended well. Like I had my friends in the crowd and they took me to New Jersey to escape the drama that was happening in Staten Island, and I finally got to take my mind off of it. After graduation, I moved to Brooklyn, and shortly after that, I moved to London. And here I am. I know there was articles saying Krystal fled Staten Island to move to London because of the hat. Nah, I was just fed up with the American dream, and now I'm living my own dream. And if someone ever tells you that America was great, ask them, when? Come on.
Initially, I've been getting like a bunch of "I hate you." I've been getting like the N-word left and right. America was great when your people weren't here and stuff like that. And then I guess as it started building up, I have friends on my side like, they don't mean anything. I'm actually supporting you, and it feels good to know that I have support, because at first it was like nothing.
Thank you for watching my video, and for all the people that were writing on my Instagram and TikTok and all my supporters, I want to give a special thank you to you for inspiring me to make this video in the first place. As you know, I have my apparel shop, and a lot of y'all were asking for bucket hats and visors, so guess what's in the shop? It's there for a limited time, so go on and flaunt your new hat. I have a lot of plans for this YouTube channel, so if you like the video, please subscribe, like, share, and also let me know if you related to anything or if this touched you in any way. See you soon.